getting a lot more details about what Apple is doing in China. They've opened 25 stores in China. 24.3% of all their revenue, all of those billions of dollars, came from China. But for all the information about China, we're not getting a lot of information about the Apple Watch, are we, Joe?
Yeah, we're not. But there are clues that we can read into here, and we can see the segment that Apple Watch falls into, which is the same segment as Apple TV and the Beats music accessories. What you see is that segment rose 61% to about just a touch over $3 billion. So some good news there. But the fact that they're not sharing, and they always share good news out of Apple, it is not a good sign.
Yeah, it's just so vague. They say we sold more today than we did yesterday. We'll sell more tomorrow than we have today, but that's about it.
That's about it. And what happened, I was in Sun Valley, Idaho with CEO Tim Cook. I asked him, how are Apple Watch sales doing? And he just went like this and walked away.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get more signs.
We will,
meanwhile,
eventually.
That's all we got. Joe, thank you very much.
Sure.
All right, Jonathan Hoenig and Jason Rotman are back drilling down on more of the numbers. I mean, if you look at the number of iPhones sold, 40.04 million, iPads 9.88 million. Both were short of what analysts had been hoping. Do you care? What do you think? Jason.
Not really. I mean, listen, the bottom line with Apple, let's say throughout the end of the year even, especially this week, is that I think one main reason that Apple didn't have a bigger pop is that we have the all-important Fed meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this is, it's not an Apple-driven market. It's a Fed-driven market. Apple may be number 2, but the Fed's number 1. So that's kind of my comment short term.
Okay, Jonathan, I mean, the hope to get more clarity would come on the call, which is kicking off in about 15 minutes. What would your first question be on that call? What are you listening for?
Well, what's next? I mean, Apple has never been hesitant to cannibalize its own products, Melissa. I think to its great credit, the phablet, the larger phone, is now eating into a lot of those iPad sales. So that's why you have only $4 billion of revenue from the Pad, about $7 billion from the Mac, and $32 from the phone. So my question would be essentially, to your point, the new innovations, the new technology, the car, the watch, even more specifically, when are we going to start to even seeing that line item? We know they didn't sell, billions and billions of dollars of revenue in the watches, but when can we as investors start to put that on as a metric to be able to value that ultimately as part of Apple's whole pie, which is enormous and growing bigger?
Jason, your number one question on the call.
I want to know what I want. Oh, sorry. Which one?
Yeah, Jason Rotman. I'm sorry. I didn't know the other one was available to me in this segment. Hang on. Jason Rotman, tell me your question.
Okay, so real quick, my number one interest right now is similar to Jonathan, but more specific. I really need to know what they're going to do with the cars. That is, one of the Apple executives called the car the ultimate mobile device.
Okay.
That is a ridiculously huge opportunity to make money, but how are they going to do that?
Okay, terrific. Thanks, guys. David.